Okay, so this is here are some strategies so that you can have more fun dribbling and so that you can start to dance around opponents and become almost get to a point where if you wanted to, you could keep the ball in possession and protect it from people, for a very long time. Not that you want to, but let's get you a point to where you're super confident in your dribbling abilities, and not just confident, but relaxed and aware, right? Because what's going to happen is as you improve your dribbling abilities, your passing as well as your shooting are going to improve because you're going to have a better awareness of time and space around you. So, okay, there's a few strategies that you can do. Let's start with number one. A simple hack is if you have $10 to invest in a size 1 ball. A size 1 ball, or any ball that's smaller than a size 5, is going to improve your dribbling abilities because, in theory, a size 1 or any ball from size 1 to size 4 is smaller than a size 5, right? And just that fact alone, it's going to be harder to manipulate a size 1, 2, 3, 4 size, or right, a size 1 to 4 ball. So if you're practicing your dribbling for 1 minute a day on a ball that's smaller than a size 5, when you get onto a game field and you're using a size 5, you're going to have a competitive advantage. So my trainer, skills and drills trainer, Tom Turnbull, he whenever we did dribbling sequences, whenever we played 1v1 against each other in cones, we always use a small size 1 or a size 2 ball. And what this allowed me to do is get better faster than any of the players in my age level. It got to a point where after 1 season of training at Tom Turnbull, I went from being one of the worst players on my team. The next season, I scored more goals than the whole team combined. So, using a size 1 ball. So this leads me to my next point. If you buy the size 1 ball, you have to use it. You got to bring it with you everywhere you go. So keep in mind, you want to be safe, right? If your ball goes into traffic and you cause an accident, you won't feel good about that, right? So you got to be safe. You got to be mindful of your surroundings, right? If I'm in New York City, or if I'm by a busy road, right? Imagine you cause an accident where someone gets seriously injured, right? That's a lot, that's not cool. So you want to be mindful. So bring it with you everywhere you go, but you got to keep in mind that you got to stay safe and be mindful of your surroundings, right? Safety is always first. And plus, right, so you notice I do a lot of my training barefoot, but you got to be mindful of where, right? If there's rocks, if there's glass or nails, right? You don't want to kind of be barefoot and be doing dribbling training when you could step on something and seriously hurt yourself, right? Because that would be not good, right? Imagine you step on a rusty nail and you have to cut your. I went to a soccer camp when they told a story of how someone was walking around barefoot, stepped on a nail, didn't think anything of it, and he actually had to get his foot amputated. So safety is always first. Okay, so now let's review. So now we have one strategy is invest in a size 1 ball. $10 at your local CVS. You could invest in one on Amazon. Right, $10. You shouldn't have to spend more than $5 to $10 on a size 1 ball. So that's secret number 2. Secret number 2, or secret number 1. Secret number 2 is bring the ball everywhere you go. You can't use it. You can't get better if you're not using it. So some people might be embarrassed. They'll say, "Oh, I don't want people to judge me, or I don't want people to see I'm training." Man, I bring an RMT rope. I bring a ball with me. I've been in Italy. My whole time in Italy, I'm going to be here for close to 3 weeks. And I brought, my backpack is literally, I didn't check a bag. My whole backpack is just full of soccer training tools. So if you love playing soccer, don't hide it, right? When you bring the ball with you everywhere, it's going to be a signal to the world and that signal says, interact with me. Right, you want to learn from players who are better than you, and any player who's a great player will always help someone who has maybe whose skills are maybe not refined and who's still learning. Right, I know me personally. If someone wants to juggle with me, or I see someone playing on the beach, I'll always go up to them and just start to get touches in between them. And it's pretty. I don't think there's not a lot of players, high-level players, who won't help younger players who are not as good as them. Great players will always help players who are trying to get better. So don't be afraid to mess up in public or to grow your skills and bring a ball with you. So I think that's something that bringing a ball with you can only lead to great conversations, great friendships. I mean, literally everywhere I've traveled around the world and I brought a ball with me, or I've seen players who are playing, I've always had great interactions, and locals are always looking to play with people. I just played in Noto. I was playing in Noto, and I started playing with a whole bunch of Italian kids. I literally played with this whole community. I played against back-to-back 1v1 games, and I waxed every single one except for one of these kids because I had just come from the gym, and then I played a whole bunch of 1v1 kids in 1v1. I set up my shoes as a goal, and then we were playing to my backpack. So just bringing a ball with you everywhere you go can unlock tremendous joy in your life. So that's strategy number 2. Strategy number 3 is there's a reason why players on the PGA Tour aren't using clubs from 5 years ago, right? Because you got to keep up with the technology as it emerges. If you have a job, a full-time job, or you can do some chores to help out your family, whether it's mowing the lawn, whether it's doing the dishes, whether it's helping cook or anything that you can earn yourself a little bit of cash. If you invest in a dribble up ball, there's 2 options. One's a size 4, one's a size 5. A dribble up ball, it's got a little chip in the ball, so it interacts with your phone or the TV. If you spend a few minutes a day using this dribble up ball, it's like having your own skills coach in your house, right? So what this does is it gamifies ball skills mastery and dribbling. Anytime that you use skills games to improve your training, you're gonna have more fun playing. That's every single thing we did at Tom Turnbull. He turned skills games, right? He turned skills development into games. And for that reason, training was super fun. And then if training's fun, you're gonna have more fun playing. So I think the dribble up ball is between $30 and $40. If you can swing it, I mean, it's a no-brainer for me. Anytime you make training more fun, playing is gonna be more fun. So if the game is fun, then the feedback loop will be you're gonna have more fun playing it. If it's more fun to play, you're gonna spend more time doing it. If you're spending more time doing it, you're gonna have more fun playing in the game because you're gonna be making all the mistakes, right? If you make the mistakes during the training, when it comes to the game, you're gonna be kicking ass. So that's another tool. If you got the time and some resources to invest in a dribble up ball, I would get the size 4, not the size 5, right? Because of the principle number 1. Use a smaller ball so that when you get onto the game pitch with the size 5, you're gonna have a competitive advantage. Strategy number 4 to become a better dribbler is to become a better juggler. A lot of players don't realize that improving your juggling abilities is going to directly translate to you becoming a better dribbler. Think about the weight of each touch when you're juggling, right? Right, your ability to weight each touch helps when you're running with the ball on the field, because if you've ever had this problem where you either push the ball too far in front of you when you're dribbling, so the ball will run away from you, or maybe the ball's too crammed up, right? You don't put enough weight on it, so now you're almost fumbling with the ball at your feet. Juggling is one thing that's going to seriously fix this problem. So if you want to look for some improve your juggling abilities, I would search on Instagram _ty.fitness_. So it's _ty.fitness_. This is me personally. This is one of the people who I look up to, who's got tremendous juggling abilities. You want to go back on his feet to find some of his simple juggling patterns. But this kid, I mean, this gentleman does some stuff that people currently on the U.S. national team cannot do. So I would check him out. He's probably one of the best resources in terms of learning how to do complex juggling patterns. But you can start from the beginning, and then he's always going to be challenging you how to do more and more harder juggling moves, which will improve your dribbling. Lastly, learn that Tom Turnbull sequence, man. It's super simple because it's easy to say, which means it's easy to do. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Since it's a rhythmic pattern, you're not thinking about dribbling. The less you think about dribbling on the soccer field, the better. You don't want to be thinking about where is the ball at my feet. You want to be looking at time and space all around you. They said that Kobe Bryant, when a defender came to defend him, he wasn't looking at the defender. He was looking at everyone behind him because he knew he could beat a defender 1v1. This is kind of what you are striving for. You want to be so confident with your dribbling abilities that you don't care where the defender is. You're looking behind the defender. You're looking through the defender to see, okay, once I beat him, or where do I want to lead him so that I can put the ball somewhere else, right? So doing that Tom Turnbull sequence over and over and over and over. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Say it out loud when you do it. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Look at the arms. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Speed will come. Go slow in the beginning, slow is smooth, smooth is fast, right? And say it out loud when you're doing it. Hopefully some of these ideas help. Reach out with any questions. All right, thank you.